sorry I've been away a while. I just got caught up in real life projects and it's college work. It does take time, sadly, but I'm back. And wow, did Apple drop a lot of stuff yesterday at their spring loaded event. So here's a rundown of everything they announced. First up, we have AirTags. They're little tile light trackers that you can use to attach to your items and track them using the Find My app on your iPhone. They use the Find My network, and this means that they can use other iPhones and other Macs to find your device even if it's offline or out of range of your iPhone, which is great. Plus, if you have an iPhone V1 chip, such as the iPhone 11 or above, you'll be able to even track it to the centimetre, allowing you to precisely find your tag. They start at $29.99 here in the UK for one and $99.99 for a 4-pack, with the ability to engrave them for free. Next up, the Apple TV 4K. You know, for those two people who still use an Apple TV today. It's been updated with the A12 Bionic chip from the iPhone XS and XR, so it can play back HDR content at full 60 frames per second, with AirPlay also being updated to support this. This makes it great for playing back things such as videos from iPhone 12. There's also a new Siri remote, which is now 100% less breakable. Instead, a D-pad instead of the touch surface. Although this D-pad is touch enabled, so you can still use the touch gestures like before. There's also a similar click wheel using the arrow keys, so you will now be able to use it to scrub through content by just using the arrow keys, similar to the way you'd use the iPod click wheel back in the day. And for those who still want to use Siri, the button for Siri got moved to the side of the remote, so you can still use it without it getting in the way. There's also a new feature that uses your iPhone to calibrate the Apple TV without having to change any settings on the TV, on your main TV itself. This is great for those who just don't want to waste the time having to color calibrate, but they just want it to be nice and simple and get a great picture out of it. Although if you want really precise color calibration, you'll still need other external hardware, but this is great for most people. Just stick your iPhone on the screen and it should work. Now, something we rumoured for a while, the brand new iMac. It's now much more colourful with 7 different styles to choose from: blue, green, pink, silver, yellow, orange, and purple. And it's not the only device to get purple. I'll mention that at the end. It also now has the M1 chip, just like the MacBook Air, Mac Mini, and MacBook Pro back in November, which now means up to 85% faster CPU performance and up to 2 times graphics performance. The display has also been updated to 24-inch while retaining the same 21-inch frame size. So it now can sport a 4.5K Retina display, while now just being 11.5mm thick. It kind of looks like an iPad Pro from the side now. There's also a new 6-speaker setup, which explains the chin at the bottom, which is meant to deliver studio quality spatial audio. How that actually performs we'll see, but I have faith in Apple, seeing as their other audio products such as HomePod have been pretty good sound-wise. There's also new studio quality microphones on the device and a new 1080p webcam, making this the best machine for Zoom. It also comes with 2 Thunderbolt ports on the base model, so you can connect high-speed devices such as displays or high-speed drives, although no external graphics cards, sadly, due to the chip. Another limitation of M1 is meaning that you only get 2 of these Thunderbolt ports, so you can't, if you wanted any more high-speed ports, you'd be forced to unfortunately deal with USB-C, which isn't Thunderbolt, USB 3. So yeah, not Thunderbolt, sadly. But you would have to wait until the next Mac chip comes out to fix that. However, if you want Ethernet, that's been moved. Instead of using a dongle or adapter to plug into one of those precious ports, it's now built into the power brick. So the power cord now transmits both data and power to the iMac. but that's only available on the higher spec models or if you buy the power brick separately. The Magic Keyboard also got an upgrade with new colours to match the iMac. Also some new buttons including Do Not Disturb, Lock, Spotlight, and the emoji key, bringing it more in line with the iPhone. And on the slightly more expensive version, which is £100 more, you get Touch ID. So you can use your keyboard to authenticate things like you're unlocking the computer, Apple Pay, or just simply fast user switching. And that keyboard is not just compatible with the iMac, but also any other Mac with the M1 chip, which is absolutely great. There's also a version, a larger one with a numeric keypad as well. The Magic Trackpad also got updated with the new colours, and so did the Magic Mouse. Although there's still no update to fix the really derpy charging mechanism. Maybe one day we can dream, I guess. Anyway, the new iMac starts at £1,249 with 2 Thunderbolt ports and a 7-core GPU on the M1 chip, with the higher model including more storage, 2 extra USB-C ports which are not Thunderbolt, sadly, and a more powerful 8-core graphics chip for £1,449. Finally, we have the brand new iPad Pro, which now gets the same M1 chip as the Mac. Tim went to some great lengths for this. It now has 40% higher performance over the previous iPad Pro and a 50% CPU performance increase. There's also now 5G and Wi-Fi 6 support for fast internet on the go, and Thunderbolt now comes to the iPad, allowing for faster wired accessories such as high-speed drives, or even driving the Pro Display XDR, the hugely expensive monitor that Apple released, at full 6K, something that only the Macs can do. Speaking of XDR, the same XDR display technology that you see on the Pro Display XDR also comes to iPad Pro, but only on the 12.9 inch. With now double the brightness at 1200 nits and 1600 nits peak brightness for those times where it really needs to push itself, and a 1,000,000:1 contrast ratio, making HDR content look better than ever. Great for if you're watching content playback on your iPhone or a movie. And thanks to the M1 chip, it can still drive ProMotion. So you still get that smooth 120 Hz when you need it. Which makes this iPad perfect for content creation, watching movies, and just simply everything else that you do on an iPad. However, the only downside to this is that not a lot of apps can take advantage of M1, like fully push it to its limit. And Mac apps aren't coming to iPadOS soon, so if that's a downside to iPad Pro, that would probably be it. The iPad Pro starts at $799 for the 10-inch model and $1099 for the 12.9-inch model, although you'd probably want to bump up the storage. Oh, before I forget, for those who really also like their RAM, this only applies to 12-inch versions, I believe. However, if you upgrade to the 1TB or 2TB storage options now, you will now get 16 gigs of RAM instead of just 8, which makes this really truly a desktop class machine. Let's hope apps get updated to support it. Anyway, there were other smaller announcements too, such as the new purple color which I said about for iPhone 12. The Apple Card family, allowing for multiple people to use the card as well as gain equal credit. Apple Podcast subscriptions, so creators can now put subscriptions as part of their podcasts. Think like Patreon. And a new Ted Lasso trailer for any of those who actually watch it on Apple TV+. As well as an updated Magic Keyboard with new colours. It now comes in white. So does the Smart Folio too. Anyway, that's a roundup of everything Apple announced at their spring-loaded event. If you want a particular video, let me know in the comments below. And make sure you like and subscribe for more. In the meantime, thank you for watching and stay safe, YouTube.